On November 7th, 1918, William Franklin Graham was born in North Carolina in a very small town. He's also known as Billy Graham. He came from a very strict family of Presbyterians, and for him growing up, religion was something that was more just rules and regulations. It wasn't something that was a personal relationship with God. It was just rules and regulations for him, and he never really liked it. He didn't have a good view of it until the age of 15, when he went to hear a preacher preach whose name was Mordecai Ham. He went to see him at a crusade, and he really just caught the spark for God at that. He really just finally got it, that it wasn't necessarily about rules and regulations, but that it was about having a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. So after that, Billy Graham decided that no matter what in his life, he knew that he just wanted to do something evangelistic with his life. He didn't know what that meant exactly, but he knew that he wanted to do something to serve God. So after high school, he started to attend Bob Jones College, which was a Christian college, but he decided that that college had too many strict rules and regulations for him, and he didn't really like it there. He wasn't flourishing there in his spiritual life. So after just one semester there, he transferred to Florida Bible Institute, and he finished there with a bachelor's of theology, and he just really loved it there. That was the first time that he preached at like a student ministry thing there, and he just really loved it at that college. And at the age of 20, after getting his bachelor's of theology, he decided that preaching was what he needed to do with his life. So after that, he became an ordained Southern Baptist minister, and he went to attend Wheaton College to get a bachelor's degree in anthropology. At Wheaton College, he met his wife, Ruth Bell, who was a missionary's daughter. After he graduated from Wheaton College, he started preaching at a Baptist church in Illinois, and he also started preaching on a radio program every Sunday night called Songs in the Night. But after just a year of having these two jobs, he quit both of them to become the vice president at an organization called Youth for Christ. Now, Youth for Christ was an organization that put on crusades all around the nation for servicemen and women, telling them about Jesus Christ. And Billy Graham became the vice president of that organization, and soon he started preaching at those crusades. Now, at these crusades, several prominent public figures, including a very famous radio DJ, came to know Christ. So a very prominent newspaper publisher named William Randolph Hearst started running stories promoting Graham and kind of just puffing up his reputation. And so a lot of people started going to these crusades. There would be so many people at these crusades that Billy Graham would have to stay in certain cities an extra night to preach the next night so more people could come and listen to him. And soon he began preaching in not just cities in America, but in cities and countries all around the world. One of his biggest crusades was in a place in Seoul, Korea, and there was over 1 million people there listening to him. In his crusades, he reached about 215 million people, and that was just preaching live at his crusades. In 1950, Billy Graham founded the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, and this association produced a lot of his stories. They started 2 magazines called Christianity Today and Decision Magazine, and those are both magazines that are still published today. They also ran television programs and several radio programs that Billy Graham was featured on, and several articles in newspapers. By the end of his life, Billy Graham has written 31 books, and he donates all of the money that he made off of those books to his evangelistic charities and stuff like that. Right now, Billy Graham is still alive. He's living at his childhood home in North Carolina. He's 95 years old, and his legacy still lives on in all of his writings, his books. It'll live on long after he's gone. And also through his children, who are also pursuing careers in the ministry. I got my information from the biography of Reverend and Evangelist Billy Graham off of the Inspirational Christians website, which was written by Donna Weiland, and off of an article entitled Billy Graham off of the website called Billy Graham Evangelistic Association website. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Marilyn.
Hi, I'm Caleb.
Hi, I'm Mike.